So, good morning from day 12, the final day of our journey from the city of Minle. Today our goal is to drive to the city of Xining, but unfortunately we have some adverse weather conditions here. It's about 53 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and it's supposed to rain the whole day. And we have about 270 kilometers to go. So that's why I'm fully suited out here in my rain suit. So, without further ado, let's get going. The only hope now is that the rain stops somewhere along our journey today, because it's not going to be too much fun if we've got to ride through the rain for 200 plus kilometers.
So I've already mentioned a bit about the journey ahead of us today, but let me bring up the map and show you the exact route and details. So today the plan is to take back roads through the southern section of the Qilian Mountains to get to Xining. Once we get into the mountains, we should start to gain in altitude quite quickly, eventually reaching our highest point at 3,800 meters when we cross the Go bridge. The total estimated distance is 269 kilometers and will take us approximately 4 hours and 41 minutes.
It's one thing to have rain, it's another thing to have the cold and the rain. Those two are not a fun mix.
So because my plan is to send the bike back down to Guangdong, just the way I had it sent up when we started this trip nearly 2 weeks ago, last night and off camera I got in contact with the same guy from the shipping hub where I picked up the bike, with the hopes that I could just drive it back there and he could handle packaging it in a wood crate and loading it onto a truck headed south. However, unfortunately he informed me that his business was only able to receive deliveries and that it wouldn't be possible to send my bike from his establishment. He did, however, put me in contact with one of his associates. So last night I provided this associate with some of the details regarding the bike, for example the weight, dimensions, engine size, etc. And he quoted me at around 1,000 RMB or 143 US dollars to send the bike the 2,200 plus kilometer journey back down to Guangdong, which included the service of packing it in a wood crate.
So unfortunately I don't have any waterproof gloves here. So my hands are becoming awfully cold, so I'm going to warm them a little bit on the exhaust here. I have the feeling that today is going to be a long day of riding, that's for sure. Especially the thumbs. The thumbs are very cold. Enough hand warming, time for us to get back on the road. We've still got 200 plus kilometers to go today. So we can't be warming our hands all day.
So although we only have around 200 kilometers to go, we are in a bit of a race against time, because I need to get to the shipping depot where this guy is located before they close, so I can get rid of the bike tonight and make my 5 a.m. flight out of here tomorrow morning. If I don't get there before they close, then I could potentially miss that flight, and that's something that I obviously don't want to do. So under normal conditions, I probably would either wait out the rain or drive in a different direction. But today we are left with no other choice than to drive right through it and push on.
You can hear my chain just slapping around there. There we go, got some more Tibetan prayer flags here. I'm hoping that this road isn't like the road we were on yesterday with 30 kilometers of dirt, because that'll be very difficult with all this rain. On the plus side, it seems like the rain is subsiding. So if I can dry my gloves on the exhaust pipe here, then maybe we won't be in so much pain. No more rain, that's what I like. Decided to, now that it stopped raining, to swap out to my other pair of gloves, because This is just very uncomfortable, even with the rain stop, just because the elevation's so high and the speed of riding the motorcycle and the wind, it still feels very, very cold on the fingers here. I have to put these on. A little bit small though, but I'll have to do. Oh, nothing like trying to put on gloves when you have wet hands though. Trying to dry off the water here so I can get my hand in this glove. Okay, good enough. Not perfect, but good enough. Okay, well that feels a lot better. Well, I'll tell you what, my hands are so cold even in these gloves. At least they're not wet, but oh, very, very cold. So no wonder my hands are freezing out here. It's the current altitude is 3,500 meters, and the current temperature is 44 degrees Fahrenheit. So yes, imagine that, 44 degrees Fahrenheit in the middle of July. So here I am warming my hands on the exhaust again. I tell you, I am very much looking forward to dropping the bike off at the shipping depot this afternoon and getting on a flight back to somewhere where it's warm. Alright, we must press on despite the cold.
Here it looks like we're going up again. These yellow flowers off to our right are rapeseed flowers, or 油菜花 in Chinese. In China, they are often pressed and then the rapeseed oil is collected and used for cooking. As you can see, people also like to take photos with them as well.
So I thought I would show you guys some of this fucking shenanigans that goes on the road here in China. This guy's like half in the lane, half ready to pass. There we go, finally this guy's getting out of the way. So here we are going at lightning speed up this mountain road here, averaging 20 kilometers per hour. So now we understand why it says it's going to take 2.5 hours to go a little more than 100 kilometers. Lines and lines of cars all the way up the mountain here. If you look on the GPS, you can really see how the roads just zigzag up and down the mountains here. I think today is going to have been will end up being the hardest day out of this 12-day trip with these weather conditions here. Hopefully though, this is the top of the mountain and then we can begin our descent, because it's awfully cold up here with this rain and elevation. So it looks like we're finally going to enter a tunnel over there and be able to escape from the rain for a bit. Hopefully it's also warmer inside.
And that there in front of us is the Dabango Bridge, followed by the Dabango Tunnel directly after it.
Because I don't see any ventilation in here, you really have a strong carbon monoxide smell. I tell you, I would not want to be on a bicycle on this road, that's for sure. Now, have you ever seen something like that before? I never have. Looks like quite the contraption here. I guess it's to brush brush the gravel off the road. Here we go, coming into the rain again. So I think we're going to stop and find some food here. Oh, that has been some tough riding, I tell you what. 有什么菜可以推荐吗？听不懂。哦，听不懂。我说有什么菜可以推荐吗？问他是吧？你们这儿的招牌是什么菜呢？你要吃菜吗？不，就想吃点热的东西。热的东西，牛面行不行？那是牛肉面是吧？对，牛肉面。牛肉面。那个有面片吗？有。那个是牛肉的吗？对，牛
哦，我就来一份那个面，就牛肉的面片，再加一份牛肉，好吧？好，谢谢。So trying some of the local tea here, and I just had a sip of it, and it's salty. And I asked them, they told me that they add salt to the tea, so it's like a salty tea. Either way, anything that is hot is good after riding 3-4 plus hours in the rain here, the rain and in the cold. Okay, so here we go for our lunch. We've got some of the northwestern mianpian and a bit of beef to put in it. So very nice after all this cold driving in the rain, that's for sure. Okay, lunch break is over. Time to get back on the road here, despite the shit weather that we have here. Oh, I guess not. Okay, so now we're looking for 安能物流。就停这儿好吧？可以。那个是发到哪里？河北廊坊。哎呀。So we've arrived at the shipping depot here, and they're telling me I have to take the battery out to be able to send it. Now here's the situation. I've got to send the dirt bike back to Guangdong. And the guy, classic China, last night, he's like, oh yeah, it'll cost you around 1,000 RMB to send it back. Now I like drive there and he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna cost 1,600. So I'm gonna go and check around here and see what are the price packages are available. 哎，请问那个摩托车发到广东得多少钱呢？就打木架。
连打木架哪个不？
就在那边，我给你看照片。
啊，
打
他门口要了多少钱？
我发过来是1000块钱，他说要1600，我觉得太贵了。毕竟我发过来就1000块钱呢。
他这个要不要拆电瓶？你们说了没？
他说要的，但是我发过来的时候都没有。
不是发过来是从下边一站到，但是我们西宁往那边发的话是要周转。
为什么要拆电瓶呢？
禁运品，现在天气热嘛，不让发嘛。
那发过来的时候也是很热的，广东发到这儿。问题是这发就打木架，然后发到就广东韶关多少钱？
那就给上1300，我给你发。
1200行不行呢？
1000。
发过来就1000块的那个，你说全国那个油价，
广东到西是这边是一个地方。
你没事，你慢一点我都无所谓的，就等你有顺路的车你就发吧。
没有，我们这没顺路，广州没有顺路，广州到西宁他是装上一车直接就拉到这儿了。没有，
我看的他是先拉到西安，然后从西安拉到西宁的，是这样的。
你也看那个人家路由了是吧？
对啊，因为我那个车它也是有那个
GPS。
对 GPS 我看到了。1000块钱的，包含那个打木架费，给你多给个200块，行不行？
往下汇的，往上便宜往下汇，因为啥呢？下面广东到这边是一个地方180、200，我们这边往下就300多。
为什么？
因为我这西宁往外的货少得很，配不起来。
那你应该发到西安的很多吧？
那你是一点点货。再配合，
那你就等你的货很多，我说我不急，一点都不急的，
配不起来，3-4天都配不起来一车。
那你2个星期我可以等的，等你货满了你再发，我一点都不急的。
主要是价格说不上，我们等也白等。这2年本身是旺季，你看这2年摩托车多得很。你看我重庆一台就得给1400打木架。你说广州有多远
？1300，我发过来1000块钱了，哇，心疼的现在。
那你
1200好不好？
你心疼
？1200，
我这么多钱才心疼啊！
你就慢点发就行，等你的货全了你再发，我不急的，不是说你要求你很多快的，无所谓的。
你这话说
就是今年之内能到就行了，1200好不好？行了吧？
你再加一点，我给你发走。
加多少？你说的？
你说吧。
1210好不好？
啊，
加个10块钱行
吗？
那加多少呢？
你这砍价砍得太厉害了。
你说反来我发过来1000块钱的，我现在都加了200块的。
那往下贵啊！就跟你说这个啥，因为我故意坑你们这个行情这样。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得太厉害了。你这砍价砍得 你看人家都要1600，
好，那就这样，你说1300，我原来是1200，1250行不行啊？刚好在中间加了50块，行不行
？250不是，1260吧？
行了，那我开过来吧。Not as cheap as it was to send it over here, but I'm not in a position where I'm going to go walk around to every logistics company here and have them quote me on a price. So whatever, it's going to cost me maybe $40 more to send it back, but whatever, we'll let them. Whatever. It's still cheaper than this guy over here who quoted me at 1600. 这个停哪里？
你骑到里头去，他给你开个单子啊。
好。
So here we go. This is our last meal of our 12-day Northwest China trip, and we are going with some beef dumplings here tonight that cost me a whopping, let's see, 20 RMB for 500 grams. So for a pound of dumplings, it cost me 20 RMB, and trying this local kind of like soda drink here.